So today what we are going to do is to start working on this. So basically how you start is like what Buddha did or Bodhisattva did. You have to deliberate the not the thoughts, basically it will be wrong. You have to deliberate, which is vitakka. So you need to do two things, vitakka, vichara, which is what is happening. So you need to deliberate, this is going to get into bondage, this is going to take into liberation. Okay. For Anāpanasati to work, this step is very crucial because it will then show up the hindrances. Otherwise, there is no hindrance that can be seen. So the aspect here is that when I'm not in a formal meditation, or in fact, I'm not in any meditation at all. There is no thing called as meditation in Buddha Dhamma, which I've already covered. It's bhavana, development, and we are developing Chitta Bhavana, which means developing the mind as opposed to meditation. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the Chitta, okay, as a witness. That's the difference between a formal meditation method where I sit in one place and watch the breath, as opposed to making sure that I'm on a greenfield project. Right? It's nothing is there. I need to construct from the beginning. So as Buddha says, before my awakening, I used to work like this. So you have to look at the three things which is going to come. One is kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, avihimsa vitakka. These three, avihimsa vitakka. These are three things which is going to be covered up for our entire waking day, for all of us. So I'm not calling it a thought. It's basically deliberation in the mind. What should I do now? Let's say I just now had coffee and I feel like having some sugary drink. Not anything in particular, but I think I need some sugary drink, feeling exhausted. So instead of watching the breath, the mind now travels even before the body traveling towards that deliberation. Should I? And starts requesting, why don't I go and pick up? Right? So then I go to the kitchen and I ask my wife, can I have some juice? And she asked me what kind of juice. So then orange juice, apple, pineapple, whatever. Then I fill it up. Then I come back. Already I had breakfast, I had coffee, but still I want. This is the deliberation. Mind is deliberating. Objective was to watch the breath, but I'm deliberating. This is when the Mara is seen. That deliberation of going behind the drink is a sloppy ground, which is what Buddha says in that Sutta Dveda Vitakka Sutta, MN 19, very important one for Anāpanasati. People might not know it is connected to Anāpanasati and they might just skip it or do something, but it is related to Anapana because that is the prerequisite for getting into Anapana because of the hindrances. So that hindrances will be only seen through this vitakka, deliberation. Vitakka is not thoughts as put. You can ask ChatGPT, it will tell you it is not thoughts. And also in the same sutta, Bhikkhu Sujato has put meditation. In fact, there is no word called meditation there If you give the entire line, ask ChatGPT to expand it or Gemini to expand it, it will say nothing about meditation at all. So it clearly proves Buddha Dhamma has no meditation. Yeah. But some people would like to keep it meditation. I'm fine with it, but that's a wrong ditti or michya ditti. It's a wrong view. So be aware of this. Coming back to this is that you need to have atapi. Now, here is again a problem of tapa, heat. Now, this kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihimsa vitakka will heat up. But you have to heat this up to cut that. Okay. And unfortunately, again, Bhikkhu Sujata put it like ardent. Atapi is not ardent at all. Again, you can check in your chat GPT, it is not ardent. So if you keep on looking at each one of these words, you'll find the meaning what is provided is baseless. Thanks to ChatGPT, like what I was saying yesterday, it has taken a load off me from my 2018. I used to get really worked up with these people talking some nonsense on Pali. Anyway, it's good that I don't have to be doing that. So the foundation is Atapi, because in Satipatthana, Atapi, Sampajano, Satima, Vinaya Loke, Abhijja, Domalasan. And the Anāpanasati is related to Satipatthana, and this is related to Atapi, so and hence they are connected. Okay. So for those people, if they think that how is it connected, it's connected because Atapi. Okay. Know what I do? I will go and cut it into two parts. One part is I want to go and have a drink. Another part is analyzing the drink, what this drink is going to do. It's going to do exactly the same thing what happened in coffee. Now, should I deliberate on my breath? No. I should deliberate on this deliberating thing which has appeared. And hence, it will become applying effort. I have to exert effort in cutting off this kama vitakka. To do what? Pahitas. To resolve it. Set it firmly. Then I have to dwell. So if you see, Buddha Dhamma is about viharati. Atapi sampajano viharati. Kaye kayanupassi viharati. Vihara means a place to stay. So you stay put. So my stay put is on the breath. So now there are 8 hindrances that will occupy the mind. It's like clouds. The first one is kamachanda. Replace that with nekkhamma. Okay. Vyapada, replace that by abhyapada. Thinamida, replace that by alokasanya. Right? Like that, I need to do for each one of them without fail. And before I do it, I need to recite this one line till it becomes my second nature. So, evam pabbajito samano Patimokka Samvara Samyukto Viharati. Again, the Viharati is there. Achara Gochara Sampanno Anumate Suvajjesu Bhayadasavi Samadaya Sikkati Sikkapadesu Kaya Kamma Vachi Kammena Samannagato Usalena Parisuddhajivo Sila Sampanno Indriyesu Guttadvaro Sati Sampajanyena Samannagato Santutto. This I need to recite because it is not yet in my vocabulary. So before I start my bhavana development, and I'm not going to use meditation word forever from now onwards till we complete this journey. In my previous sessions, I've used meditation, but from now onwards, no word called meditation at all. So whoever is coming tomorrow to Bangalore or in future, I'm not going to say, let's sit for meditation, let's sit for mental development, because that's what we are doing. Now, the first thing I need to do is to develop patimokka or patimokka, what it means, discipline. So, I'm used to the discipline of the retreats. That is not valid here. Is self-discipline. That means you should not talk. It's up to you. You should work it out. It's up to you. So let's say tomorrow people are coming. It's up to them, not up to me. I am not going to say, please don't talk. I will tell tomorrow once what needs to be done. But for the next 10 days, it tests you and Mara. You are in direct vicinity of Mara. If you eat a lot, is your problem. If you waste your time, is your problem. If you cultivate bad contacts, your problem. If you're not interested in developing the mind, is your problem. Why? I can only say what needs to be done, but I can't do for you. Okay. Now, for that, patimokka is required. And Veena is going to come tomorrow. So be aware that whoever is there in that place, it's self-discipline as opposed to retreat kind of discipline. Not talk. You can talk, you can shout, you can do whatever you can, hit each other, do whatever you want. I'm not going to write, please don't talk, please don't do this, please don't do that. Are we children by any chance, or we are toddlers? No. So, first rule before we start, restraint. Okay. And then achara, your behavior. It's your behavior. If I see, I will tell the behavior, but it's your behavior. Gochara, what one frequents, where the mind frequents. You should see whether you are frequenting dukkha in the name of anapana and vipassana, or samatha and vipassana, or are you going in sukha? So now you have to see whether dukkha or sukha. Dukkha is when you are doing something other than what Buddha says. Sukha is when you do exactly what Buddha says. So the gochara is what you need to see. What are you associating with? Okay, associating with pain, associating with pleasure. So what should I do? Where do I go? In the mind, not physical. Again, where do I go? Is it kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihimsa vitakka, or nekkhamma vitakka, abhyapada vitakka, avihimsa vitakka? These three will give coolness, the other three things gets heated. Next question, what should I watch? If you are in nekkhamma, abhyapada, avihimsa, the breath watching is seamless. If on the other three, breath watching is an exercise wherein I'll put 1 hour timer and I somehow force myself to watch the breath. Okay, because the association with them than with nekkhamma, abhyapada, avihimsa. What conversations do I enter? Is it related to worldly things, my family, my this, my that, whatever it is? Even though I'm here, mentally I'm swarmed by all my family issues. Or have I given up that when I'm sitting here or standing? Then, if it is kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihimsa vitakka, it is raga dvesha moha. That means I came here to experience nibbana, but I am experiencing raga dvesha moha. So when I do this, the deliberation is definitive cut into Mara's domain and outside Mara's domain. When I do this, I will not be doing a single mistake. Hanumatesu vajjesu bhayadasavi. I've seen the danger, bhaya, fear. Fear of a careless look, fear of a harsh word, fear of a little bit of indulgence, fear of a small lie, fear of a small pride, fear of delight in praise, because this will become food as a gochara. So now I have taken the training rule. Samadhaya sikkati sikkapadesu. What? How many postures are there? Eating is one posture. Standing, another posture. Bathing, another posture. Removing clothes, another posture. Bathing, another posture. Putting on the clothes, another posture. Evacuating, another posture. Speaking, another posture. Then these four postures of walking, standing, sitting, sleeping, in that order only. Looking, another posture. Silence, another posture, or the sampajanya pabba itself. That is what is samadhaya sikkati sikkapadesu. So I learn. Then my bodily and verbal action is purified. Meaning, no vitakka and vichara is happening in the mind, which is what vachisankara is. Okay. Then ajiva, livelihood, is accomplished in virtue. Why? Because whatever I'm working with does not give me guilt, does not lead to manipulation, does not lead to deception, does not lead to deceit, does not lead to exploitation, and ultimately fear. Fear cuts samadhi. Okay. Having done this, I come to the Indriya Bhuttadwara. Eyes, ear, nose, all that. So I see, I get good things to see, bad things to see, neutral things to see. I'm not going to go into Mara's domain. Let him incite me. No problem. Let him say, come, come, come. So now I follow four grounds rules. First round, first ground rule or rule of thumb. I'm eating for feeding this body. That's it. One line. Every time I eat, just to make sure this body is sustained. That's it. Wearing clothes, maybe wearing whatever I'm wearing, just to cover the body. Three, sitting in whichever room, just to take care of external environment. Fourth one, I require medicines if I'm sick. And sickness can happen due to water, food, temperature, that means environmental conditions, so which is beyond my control. So I require food, shelter, clothing, medicine. So my sense door shuts. Now, taken that breeding, feeding ground, which I just now spoke about, samadhaya sikkati sikkapadesu, it helps me in sati sampajanya samannagato. That means I'm endowed with clearly knowing what is happening in the mind. Why am I here? Purpose is to accomplish four jhanas minimum. It's known. Then, what's the best? Neva Sanya na Sanya Ayatana is the best. Who says so? Sapaya. Aninja Sapaya Sutta. Sapaya is what is suitable, what is good to do. And then Gochara, which I've already taken care. Now that I've done that, it's easy for me. Now I am clearly knowing the purpose, suitability. Gochara is already done. Asammoha, coming out of delusion. So my breath watching is to come out of delusion, not about a particular concept, a particular tradition, a particular whatever it is. No, that's all moha. Out, 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 out. Kick that out and stay focused on this, because that will conflict with this, creating visikiccha. Now, if I allow visikiccha, skeptical doubt, then that leads to udacha, restlessness. And that leads to kukucha, which is remorse. And that leads to thinamida, which is the sloth and torpor. And that leads to vyapada. And that leads to back to abhiccha or kamachanda. So before I enter into Buddha Dhamma, in truth and fact, I should throw out all the concepts, all the traditions, all that I have known, have done as a toddler, as a, what I can say, preschool thing. they no longer are accepted in the school. Anything that I've learned is preschool. I need to delete it. It doesn't help. So I come back reflecting upon this phrase, what is put there, and keep on looking at how far have I done. Because I am samano, right? And I'm doing it on my own, meaning I'm on a greenfield project, not what is constructed. I've come out of that constructed environment because anything that is constructed will get destructed. Anything that is conditioned will lead only to pain and suffering. And I've seen staying in a preschool is not going to do anything. So I need to come back to the original teacher and learn. So I do Patimokha. I do the samvara of that. Okay. Then I stay. I put achara, gochara, and I do this much. So it should lead me to santutti, which is the thing which helps me in my breath meditation. Sorry to use meditation, breath awareness or bhavana development. Okay. Now that I have done this, I'm ready to look at the deliberations. Now I want to watch something, some video, some Facebook, some Instagram, some news, some podcast, instead of breath watching. There's a deliberation happening. Let's watch 15 minutes only, half an hour only, 1 hour only, or some music, or something to eat, something to touch, something to smell, and some concepts. Stop. They're kama vitakka. Even if I want a pleasurable meditative experience, sitting on the cushion is still a kama vitakka. You don't believe me? Ask ChatGPT, it will tell you. Just put getting a very nice feeling while doing sitting meditation. Is this kama vitakka? And you see the answer for yourself. Okay. This is one crazy thing. So I shouldn't be on kama vitakka. Anything, including getting some pleasant vibrations, etc., are kama vitakka. Even though they are nothing to do with this eating and all that, but this very fact I'm sitting on the cushion is kama vitakka. So to kick that out. Yeah, that's a deliberation I need to do. Then I come to vyapada vitakka. So what would include in vyapada vitakka? It means why this, why that, I was following this, now why I shouldn't follow this, it is such a nice thing, etc. Anything that draws the attention from the breath to anything else will be two kinds. Either it goes to kama or vyapada. So what happens? The mind is looking for pleasantness, but in its case, it finds unpleasant. So ill will is going to happen. Like, how did he say that? How dare he does that? He shouldn't have spoken to me like this. I don't like him. I will make him exposed. I only hope people reject him, etc. etc. So if I take a person X whom I was believing or relying, there's already a sense of kama vitakka in me. So if somebody blames him, blames that person, it turns itself into vyapada vitakka, deliberation for ill will. So now I have to sit back and see, I liked him, so there is a reaction of not liking him. Because always love-hate relationships, you love someone, in turn you will turn into hate. The more you love, the more you hate. Okay, that you need to know. The divorce, let's take a common factor of divorce. They fell in love. It's not arranged marriage. They fell in love. That means they were madly in love. Now they are madly in fight. So, how does it work? They were in love. She was doing all that he was saying, and he was doing all that she was saying. But now, how can this happen? This is marriage. Let's take friendship. He's staying at my home, I staying at his home, he's staying at my home, morning is at my home, afternoon is at my home, evening is at my home, blah blah. School days. I can't live without him. So much of bonding. Today, different story. Take brothers, find the same. Take sisters, same. Brother and sister, same. Sister and brother, same. Parents, same. If one parent loves that child a lot, you should see they have hatred also. Nobody can love someone without hating on the other side because it's the same coin. As long as there is appreciation, there's love. The moment there is depreciation or some kind of lowering the value of that person, hatredness comes out. Vyapada, ill will. Yep. So if I love something, I will exactly hate that very thing. Can be iPad. Forget about humans. Take computer as an example. As long as it's working, I praise Apple like crazy. Wow, so nice. It stops working for a day, then I had it. Then I say these people charge so much, they are swindling money, they are doing this, they just give aluminium thing and then this bloody thing doesn't work. But I was loving Apple. In fact, I'm wearing Apple t-shirts, basically showing that I'm an Apple fan. These days I'm not wearing because people started saying that you only have Google and Apple, and they thought about gifting me a lot of t-shirts. Now I have abundance of t-shirts. So I thought, let me wear non-Apple, non-Google t-shirts. Otherwise, every day you would have seen me in that. But the day the computer is not working, or that item which I bought is not working, hatred. So kama vitakka will bring in vyapada. Okay, it's going to be. So when people come here to have bhavana development with me, they are surprised because they search for cushion. And unfortunately, I have cushion, but I'm thinking of removing the cushion. No cushion, only chairs. And what do you want me to do? I don't know. Sir, that I sat on this and can I have another two more to put as a thing and three more to the back and another seven more here? It looks like, it was looking to me like an acrobatic show. I was wondering, what are they here for? For cushion? I don't know. So we made another 10 more, basically. Looking at this crazy cushion love, I thought about making another 10. Now we have 20 cushions. Okay, take cushion, but do what? I don't know. I basically don't know what you want to do. So what I should do? Ana, apana. What anapan? Sir or madam, first see what is coming in the mind. It's mental development, not cushion development. So see what's coming in the mind. Have in out breath as your only refuge. Then you can see something arising and ceasing. Right? So all the hindrances are part of it because it doesn't make you watch there. Basically, it will cut your breath watching. That's all. And your objective should be I need to watch the breath. And its Mara's option is cut it. Vilas, come, let's eat ice cream. Come. So that is kama vitakka. Now I go and search for that ice cream. It's not my flavor. Vyapara. So it's going to be like that. Because ice cream is a thing. And thing is always having two parts, liking, disliking. Everything. And a human being is also a thing. So either you like that human being thing or you don't like that human being thing. Because it's thing, vastu or object. And hence it is called dhamma, object. It's a desirable object which is liking thing, sukha or dukkha. This is what I see. So when I do this long thing, what I just now spoke, and tomorrow, not tomorrow, Rituji, 15th, we are going to start on this, on that exact phrase to cut the 10 immoral deeds. Okay. And then 16th, we start with Anapana. Okay. Okay. So basically, what I'm going to do now is to see why breath watching. It should be something, otherwise, it doesn't do anything. Because breath is connected to the body and mind. Number one. Number two, any changes happen, it happens in the breath. So if I'm on the breath, I can notice the change. Second. Third, to reach abhasara or to go to the higher realms or higher jhanas, then breath is important. So for these three factors, I will do it. Okay, yesterday I had asked 4 questions. I don't know whether you still remember or not. I think people would have said, okay, he didn't ask it. So let's put it under the carpet for now, and we'll see later. How many people wouldn't even remember what the questions were. So before I leave you, I'm going to ask those 4 questions so that you remember that when you're coming here, you can't escape tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards. These people can escape because they are sitting on the video. They might choose to come, not to come, whatever. But unfortunately, those who have booked tickets, they can't do anything. They are coming to the Mara's den, so they can't do anything. Anyway, so what you and I are going to do in this next 10 days is to cut into 2 parts the deliberation of the mind going towards Mara, which is Kama Vitakka, Vyapada Vitakka, and Avihimsa Vitakka, and Vihimsa Vitakka, and going this side, which is Nekkhamma Vitakka, Abhyapada Vitakka, Avihimsa Vitakka, which will take you to Nibbana. So this is Mara, this is Mara's out of Mara. And who is Mara? 6 senses are Mara. Okay, so we are unconditioning the conditioned by Anāpanasati. And Sati includes Smriti, which means awareness, which means having Sakshi, witness, because you have Hiri and Ottappa. And these 2 together help in shaping your future. Okay. Then the sequence would be that Kama will take Vyapada as it is input, Vyapada will take Vihimsa as an input. So first, I want praise, respect, comfort. Okay. And when that is not given, I start disliking that person. And then I solidly want to take revenge against that person whom I was loving initially, actually. For the very fact he didn't appreciate me, and now I'm saying. And that kind of reasoning is what is called divorce. Divorce includes all these 3. You first like, then you hate, then you injure. So how do you injure? Yes, ask the husband to give maximum of his property, money, and everything. I want him to suffer. But he was your husband. Yes. But let him suffer. And he also wants her to suffer. So basically, both wish and both suffer. Same thing with friends. Same thing with children. So nobody likes anybody. Because karma makes sure that there is always arati, dissatisfaction, boredom. If you are with the same husband and wife forever, you lose interest. So what do? You have to change. So there is affairs. Extramarital affairs happen because you're bored. Why? Because there's no spice. It's only about responsibility and doing this, doing that. It's boring. And physically doesn't give any satisfaction also. So then what happens? I either go in search of another woman or I withdraw myself and stay as though we are separated, staying in the same house. I cook for myself, she cooks for herself, she stays one place, I stay another place in the same home. And when somebody comes to my home, I will pretend everything is going good. The moment they are gone, she separates herself, I separate myself, because divorce is legal proceeding. That is going to cost me. So I don't want to lose money. Better stay like this. How long? I don't know, but I don't like her. So I only talk for the sake of talking and say, what do you want me to do? Nothing. Okay, thank you. She closed the door. I close my door. My children are confused. So they think this is how the life has to be led. So if there are two children, they take one child will take one parent, another child will another take another parent. They start fleecing the parent and they become spies. So they will tell what this parent is doing. That other son or daughter will say what this parent is doing. And they keep on becoming messengers. And I, as a father, will tell my daughter, look at your mother. She's an idiot. Don't be like that. So keep on feeding her with that. And she will feed something similar to her children. Look at your father. He is an idiot. I'm telling you. Don't be like him. He's a cheat. His family is full of cheaters. Blah, blah, blah. So their minds get tuned to this Vyapada and Vihimsa. Okay, so the reason why we can't watch the breath is because we have Kama Vitakka, Vyapada Vitakka, Vihimsa Vitakka. What we should let go is these three. Now, how do we let it go is a topic tomorrow, each one of them. How do we practice? Now we came to know the problem. Came to know what is the cause of this problem. Now we have to find solution to this problem, which is tanha is the cause of this. So we need to see how do we break craving for both positive and negative outcome. And then only we can find refuge. And then let's say we do it the very next moment. Breath watching is taken care. And that's it. It'll do everything from then onwards. You don't have to do anything at all. Then you can be doing it in walking, sitting, standing, lying down, whatever posture. It doesn't matter. Then the Mara is gone. You can see it. So all the effort is to remove akusala. That's what he's saying in the Samma Vayamo. Removing the akusala, developing the kusala. That's all. Have you ever seen he's saying that establish breath awareness? No. In Samma Vayama. Has anybody seen that? Can you do me a small favor? Just check for it before we close and you will see it. Try. Search for Samma Vayamo and tell me what do you see. So, Rituji, in the meanwhile, we have cushions, so don't worry, you will be sitting on the cushion, but I'm saying don't make cushion as your habit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you can have cushion, even Veena can be sitting on the cushion. Mrityunjay can also be sitting on the cushion, no issues. But don't think that's the only thing for meditation. And finally, don't close eyes.
Yes.
No closing eyes. If you close your eyes, you'll sleep.
Yes.
Not that you shouldn't close at all. That's another foolish thing. Let it close by itself. You don't have to close. Yes, sir. Did you find? You couldn't find any sutta which has Noble Eightfold Path. That's strange. You're a sutta hunter.
It is there in Satipatthana Sutta.
Yeah, it is there. You don't have to go anywhere. I was wondering why is he searching. It's just there.
No, I know what is vayama. I was just searching if in anywhere it's mentioned beyond these four things.
What?
Beyond removing akusala and developing
Exactly.
akusala.
No, it will not. It's not about establishing on the cushion for 1 hour at all. That is stupid vayam. That's the reason it's called preschool vayam. It's a preschool thing. I'll sit constipated. No. Samma vayama is about removing akusala. All our effort has to go in removing akusala and developing kusala. So first, which is established, you remove it. Then what is not established, you make sure you identify and remove it so that the field doesn't have akusala. Then you see what kusala has got established, make it grow. Then what kusala has not yet got established, put the seed so that no akusala can take that place. So this is the first thing what we are going to do on day 1. When you arrive, that you have to find your akusala and remove them, and in its place you can't leave the field blank, put kusala. Yeah. Before I leave, it's just like example, I have kamachanda sphere, it's akusala, agreed. First I acknowledge I have kamachanda. Kamachanda can be for eating, for seeing, for hearing, for whatever. I recognize. Can I step back and see why I have kamachanda? That's what I need to do. So my meditation, I'm using this word meditation, is to see the flaw in kamachanda. So I will not take cushion to sit or do whatever it is. No closing eyes. My whole day exercise, or for the entire 18 hours, is to watch for symptoms and the root cause for kamachanda. Let's say, as an example, tomorrow you're going to gift me something, is what you're bringing. So I'm super excited to see how it looks. Even though you told me what you're bringing, but still I feel, so I'm desperate to see you coming out of the flight, coming my home, and you then giving it to me. So then there is this Samidhi. Okay, Samidhi Sutta, where a deity comes. Yesterday, by mistake, I spoke about Aniruddha. It's not Aniruddha, it's Samidhi. So the deity comes and asks the Samidhi, enjoy the senses as human. Don't go behind something which you will not get now, but you're going to get later. And Samidhi says that I'm actually going behind something which I get now instead of getting it later. And my teacher says karma is one thing which I'll get later. So you see this fun. Today is 13th of May. You're flying on 14th of May. I have to wait more than 24 hours plus to see what you brought. That's what Kamachanda is going to do. it makes me restless, anxious, restless, anticipated. Now, when you get it to me, the color might be not as good as what I thought, because that's my imagination of how the color should be or the texture should be of whatever you're bringing. Then what should I do? I have to tell a lie. When you ask me, sir, do you like what I brought? I can't say I don't like it. It'll be like slap on your face. So then I'll say, yeah, Rituji, it's very nice. But I am heartbroken. So didn't Kamachanda make me tell lies? Yes, it did. Then I'm going to slander. I'll tell Harry, you know what she brought. No, I'll tell Bobby, maybe he's an Indian. Chinese guys don't understand the Indian way of leading life. Say, no, what she did. Tell me, Vilas ji. So he's all ears means he's also in Vyapada. Because he's listening to slanderous thing. He should have said, Vilas ji, please don't slander. Why don't you tell her? Then there was no need to talk to Bobby at all. Because he can listen to slanderous thing, I can tell him. But anyway, so I'll tell him that not worth it. But she's so rich, she could have brought something else. What has got richness to do with the gift? Rich means better gift, poor means low gift, very poor means no gift. But I'll say, please don't bring any gifts. But internally, heart says, Vilas, gift, take it. So Kamachandra. So tomorrow, when I sit, I should see, yes, Kamachandra has arrived. Kama vitakka. So I will put a label called these are Kama vitakka. They make me wait, which is dukkha. And they might not give me satisfaction when I receive it. So let's say you give me that and then it's still good. I use it. What should I do with it? I don't know. Because if you give me dress, it will go to washing machine. If you give me some electronic gadgets, it becomes old. Let's say you give me a clock, then I have to keep it on the table. You give me a camera, I have to keep it in the shelf. If you give me a computer, I should keep it again on the table. That means it will not be there in my hand. Now I see, yes, nothing can be satisfying at all. So why don't I give up? Nekkhamma. That's where Nibbana is. So then tear flows from my eyes. That I'm able to see the breath without doing a single effort. Single. That means I didn't even look at this parimukham upettapetva. Also, it just happened. I'm so happy. So, just to dramatize this, you come, I'm watching the breath. You gift, I take, I keep it. There ends the matter. Then I open it. Okay, keep it, use it, throw it. So from the shop, it arrived in your hand. From the hand, it arrived to my hand. From my hand, it went into, if it's a cloth, into washing machine and so many other things. It lost the color, it lost the entire thing. It faded. It's gone. So I can see the entire thing, Rupa, coming and going. If I see this, I can apply this to every human I know, that they came, they stayed, they left. And holding them on is a suffering. Then breath watching is straightforward. Nothing to watch, just there. This is what the difference between the tradition way of doing and the Buddha way of doing, or rather preschool way of doing and school way of doing. Okay, so that's it for today. Then we'll do the thing tomorrow. I think I'll sit there only and do the English session when you all are there. Any questions? Anyone? Bobby, I think you escaped somewhere. I don't know what happened to you. Maybe you thought you don't want to be slanderous. Any questions, anyone? Or should we end? Okay, then good. So let's end for today and meet tomorrow. Now with that.
Thank you, Virakshi.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Namo Buddhaya.